Hello, beautiful ones. Happy Friday, at least Friday in my part of the world, the end of our day, the beginning of our weekend. Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing fine. We're live here on Facebook, in my private group, and on YouTube. So welcome, everyone. This is a spontaneous connection with you, but sometimes I get inspired. I get inspired when I'm working with my students. Either they have questions that I do feel you guys might benefit. And also it's vibrations. Sometimes you just feel that this is what I feel I need to talk about. This is what I sense I need to share with people. So if you're not part of my group yet, my wonderful membership on Facebook, let me share the link here. You have it also in the description. But it's a wonderful Facebook group. It's a free community. Every week we do have an activation where we talk about different topics connected to the awakening of light workers, but not only energetically, but also through their powers, through their own soul blueprint and identity. And actually today's topic is really to review this. What are the three main reasons or the three main important elements that you get when you unlock your divine powers? So if you're watching this live, let me know, or as a replay, let me know who's present. And if you have a few questions along the way, please share them in the comment sections. In the comment section, I will get back to you live if I can. If not, definitely when I play this back. All right, so today's topic is the three, and if you have any idea of what could be the three main benefits of unlocking your intuitive powers, but your own intuitive powers, please feel free to share that in the comment section. You'll see, and I'm pretty sure that your version might definitely, intertwine with mine, because I know that you're already rising into this power. You already know what the benefits are. But let me share what I observe in me as I was evolving along the way, as I was discovering what my powers were, how I was supposed to use them, and definitely who I was supposed to use them with. There are so many different ways of being a channeler, and even saying a light worker. We understand that it's a very, very wide term. So I will focus on developing your intuitive powers. What are the three main benefits, and what would motivate you to develop your intuitive powers? So as I grew myself, I realized that yes, these are essential elements, and I want to share that with you just in case along the way, as you're rising, as you're developing your own powers, you either lose faith, you are discouraged, you're lacking focus, you don't know where it's going to take you. Sometimes you wake up in the morning, you have a feeling that you don't know where you're going, or you don't know how you're supposed to use them. These are the common questions or the common feelings light workers and intuitives will explore and experience. It's totally normal, and it does happen even to seasoned intuitives and channelers and healers again. But let's go and talk about the first one. So the first one is that when you decide to develop your intuitive powers, you automatically strengthen the connection with your higher self. So I might, and I do include that in all my programs, one-on-one, group, digital content only. You have this initial step, which is to connect with your higher self. But you might go through another avenue to get there. You might decide to simply play with your intuitive abilities, slowly develop them. And along the way, you are strengthening your connection with your higher self. It may not appear as such, but you are. So let's say that you decide to kind of explore your ability in receiving information from the divine or from archangels or from deceased people, if you are more on the mediumship side, well, just playing or using tarot cards or closing your eyes and just invoking their presence is developing. It's part of the process of developing your intuitive gifts. And automatically, even though you might not be aware of it, you are inviting your higher self in. When you develop your intuitive powers, when you decide to explore, experiment, have fun, try, work with people, your higher self is always there watching your whole journey. So when you decide to play and have fun with your intuitive powers and see where it can take you, or take a course or take a workshop where you're invited to develop your intuitive powers, automatically you create a connection or a stronger connection, or almost opening a portal. It's not even almost, it is opening a portal where your higher self hears it, gets it, and right away comes in your bubble, in your energy field, to support you as you play with those powers. So that is it's the elemental, the first benefit. The first benefit you get from developing your intuitive powers. You are strengthening your connection with your higher self automatically by exploring, by having fun, by, again, trying new things, going to a workshop just to see if it unlocks something within you. These are the initial steps, the adventurous steps. And your higher self is there supporting you and sending you the right people, the right experiences, because it feels you're ready. It feels that you are excited about playing with those energies. So suddenly, and it may appear like a coincidence, but suddenly you realize, oh my God, there's a workshop opening up on how to read cards, or there's a masterclass with Natalie, or there's something else. So suddenly, as your desire emerges within you, your desire to play with your intuitive powers is emerging, suddenly your higher self hears it and can actually bring you all the support you need. Hello, Moon. I'm happy you're here. Beautiful. So that is the first benefit. When you decide and really get involved into unlocking your intuitive powers, you strengthen your connection with your higher self. And remember, your higher self is you at a higher frequency. So if there's an energy, a guru, a teacher, a mentor you want to work with, let it be your higher self. There's not a clearer channel or a clearer support you can get here on the galaxy. None. You may find people like me, I'm a mentor. You may find teachers and friends and colleagues along the way. But in the end, if I'm giving you an advice, or somebody else is giving you a vision of what you're supposed to be doing, only your higher self will tell you, make you feel, send you signs that whether it is a good choice for you right now. So you may go again two ways, and that is the first benefit of unlocking your own intuitive powers. Either you decide to play with all the tools you can that are helping you explore, but definitely strengthen your intuitive powers. That will strengthen your connection to your higher self. Or you may decide, if you're not too sure what your intuitive powers are yet, you say, okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to use. I don't know yet how I'm supposed to use my powers. Let's connect to the higher self. Then by connecting to the higher self, strengthening that dialogue between your higher version, you also unlock your intuitive power. So it doesn't matter which road you take, it works the same way. Strengthening your connection with your higher self will increase the expression of your intuitive powers, and exploring your intuitive powers will help you strengthen the connection with your higher self. And once these are part of your reality, as I said, you may meet people at at first just to strengthen these connections and understand what your intuitive powers are. But as soon as this is solid, once your higher self is talking to you in a way you get it, you understand, then that's it. You're good to go. You're good to go on your own. So the second important benefit in unlocking your own intuitive powers, it's because your journey as a light worker is unique. Your mission is unique. And I insist on the title where I said your own intuitive powers, your own modality. At first, we are, of course, unsure of what's out there. We're unsure of if what we receive is indeed a sign, a message, if your hands are really healing, or it's your mind making this up. So at first, you may decide to go and see a mentor. You may take, I don't know, some Reiki courses, healing touch. You might have a few retreats here and there. That's totally fine. But you understand that this is somebody else's process, somebody else's own universe, somebody else's own way of connecting to the divine, the higher self, and all the high vibrational beings. It's coming through them. They create a vortex. They invite you in because it will unlock something within you. And some have a clear method. Again, Reiki is a clear process. Of course, you can personalize it. That is a clear process. That it could be a way for you to simply see how powerful the energies are, and eventually you go your own way. When my students are working with me, I would say that it's hard to find out exactly what the percentage is, but I would say that 60 to 70%, I would say even closer to 70%, already have done some kind of exploration on their own. I don't get the raw, dormant light worker, because when I activate people, I activate them quickly and a lot is coming through. So I will usually attract light workers who have done some initial work. Again, taking a course, having a certification in healing, having done some stuff on their own. But again, that is somebody else's process, somebody else's vortex. It's good as an initiation. It's good as a momentum, as a first milestone. Eventually, you want to develop your own process. So the benefits of that is my second benefit, to really embrace your own intuitive powers, is my second point, because you have a unique mission with a unique journey. I don't know how many light workers, like clear light workers, they call themselves light workers and they're working in the field. How many? We're definitely maybe 1 million. I don't know that number. But you understand that maybe out of 1 million, 50% are practicing some kind of healing, energy healing. Some others are channeling. Most of them have learned this from somebody else, either observing, either through mentorship, or either through a course. Some people were born with it. They didn't need any kind of guidance. All I know is that it's rare that even somebody who's born with a gift, that eventually they might not feel tempted to ask somebody else for guidance, just to compare. There's always a moment where you block on your own and you need somebody to just bring you another perspective. So everybody somehow observes another light worker expressing their gift. They're entering their vortex the way that you might enter my vortex in a group setting, in an activation, or when you work with me. But besides all this, regardless of the fact that you might enter my vortex, you have your own unique way of expressing the same gifts. I'm a channeler, you're a channeler. I'm a healer, you're a healer. I'm channeling star beings, you are channeling star beings. Are they the same? Are they the same ways? Are they the same using the same tools? Or are they are they similar messages? No. So it is important for you to remember that developing your unique intuitive powers will also reconnect you to your unique mission as a light worker. Your soul has decided that you right now, in this time, on this planet, in your country, with your family, wherever you are in the world, will have a unique touch, a unique connection to the surrounding, to spread the light working energy. Your work is essential in the way you do it, in the way you're meant to do it, in the way you will be sharing it, in the way you will elaborate it, in the way you will design it, in the way you will expand it, and in the way you will talk about it. We may all have the same terminology, but in the end, connecting to your own gifts in your own way, not trying to copy somebody else or comparing yourself, too much with how other people are doing it, is reconnecting to your unique blueprint as a light worker. Knowing your mission clearly, who you are, what you're meant to be doing, and why it is happening now in your family and possibly with the struggles you have experienced. There's a reason. And when you connect to your intuitive powers and you agree to express them uniquely, then suddenly your unique life purpose, soul purpose can unfold, because you are not trying to be somebody else. You are inspired, but you are following your own journey. So again, developing your own intuitive powers, understanding what they're meant to be, how they're meant to be expressed, is also bringing you this solidity, this certainty, this self-confidence that, doesn't matter if my channeling abilities are using light language only. This is how I connect to higher vibrations. I'm not using words. It doesn't matter. I mean, you can observe how many other light workers are out there. And that's why social media is so great. That's one of the positive aspects of social media. You can observe, but eventually disconnect and just go within and say, how am I supposed to do? I'm also doing light language. It looks a little bit like A, B, and C, but it's not like A, B, and C. Let me feel it. So again, that's the second benefit, just reconnecting to your true and personal essence. And the third one, which is of course the most important, it's to become intuitively autonomous. That is the ultimate empowerment a light worker can get. What does it mean? It means that it might not happen at first. Again, if we go back to the first two, you need to strengthen your connection to your higher self. You need to play with your intuitive powers. You need to explore. Yes, there's going to be trials and errors. There's going to be times you'll doubt, while other times you'll be totally, in total admiration with what is coming through you. You will start to understand what your life purpose is. Sometimes you'll doubt. It's the process. But when you reach that level, and that's what my students are, this is actually my goal, but it's my goal to help you access that, but it's not my ultimate goal. It's your higher self ultimate goal. It's to bring you to a level of self-confidence that grounds you on earth to this reality where you can easily tell the world, I'm a light worker. I use channeling, I use energy healing, I'm using light language, I'm using sound healing to help humans, dissolve their fears and grow and move, whatever your life purpose is. As soon as you feel that you do not need anybody else to connect to your higher self, to connect to your guides, you become completely autonomous intuitively. It doesn't mean you won't need to see a colleague, a friend for a massage, for some kind of support, something that you don't practice yourself, because these are not your tools. So it doesn't mean that's it, I'm self-sufficient. It means that, because self-care is so crucial for a light worker, we're just getting so much energy from everywhere. But when there's this feeling of empowerment to a point that anything could happen around you, you would always stand up again. It doesn't mean you won't get hurt. It doesn't mean you won't be destabilized for a little while. It doesn't mean that you might, take care of yourself, but suddenly you do not need to call a coach, a channeler, a psychologist, a friend. You do not need to depend on somebody else's ability to see through you to take the right decisions for yourself, personal decisions for your work as a light worker, for your intuitive powers. That is the ultimate goal. That is my mission. But my mission is, of course, to unlock each one of you wherever you're from, in terms of intuitive expression, to this ultimate level of clarity, intuitive clarity, to a point where you're like, Natalie, I love what you do, but I don't need to take a class with you anymore. Doesn't mean that we won't chat. It doesn't mean that you might not want to come to a retreat to connect with other light workers, but the step-by-step unlocking process of your intuitive powers, no, you won't need people to tell you what are the next steps. You won't need anybody on an intuitive level. You won't need anybody to help you understand which collectives you're working with, how to use your intuitive powers, because all that work will have been done. So you can do that on your own. Those 3 steps, you can do that on your own. And you can really search what are the best tools and play and interact. You can do that on your own. Of course, if you decide to work with me, all of this will be accelerated, because I have created a program, one-on-one or group, or even the digital content I have. If you do not want to have me as a support, it's exactly built to help you go through all those steps on your own. And because everything is channeled, you can always go back to it if ever you think that maybe I have missed something, I need to reconnect. So it's always the same steps, but they will unlock something different in each one of you. Again, understanding what your soul purpose is, understanding how your higher self speaks to you. Which guides are you working with? Do you have any emotional blocks or still stopping you from going through and experience those 3 benefits? Do you have any karmic blocks? Do you have problems to enjoy life on earth, and you would want to stay in the 5th dimension all the time? These are elements that light workers are experiencing, rarely all together at once. But when they feel a discomfort, it's all those elements that are not imbalanced. So that's why I created these specific programs that are holding each and every single aspect of what it means to unlock your powers. We're not leaving any aspect out. the earth self, the karmic, so past life self, the childhood, the self-confidence in the world, your soul purpose, they're all being addressed. It is important if you want to enjoy your life as a light worker and really enjoy, again, the 3 benefits of being a light worker. And I'll just repeat them if you just join me. The 3 benefits. Thank you, the person who said, so grateful for your awesome guidance, Natalie. Thank you. I'm sorry I don't see your name here, but thank you. The 3 benefits are strengthening your connection with your higher self. I would never lead any of my students anywhere onto their, oh, hello, Muna. Yeah, you see, sometimes I see your name and sometimes I don't see it. That's weird. Okay. So yes, the higher self connection is everything. Even if you realize that, I have intuitive powers, but I'm just going to use that with my family and friends. I don't want to make a job out of it. You will have healed yourself from all the earth wounds you have accumulated from your family, from yourself as you grew up, from relationships, from everything. Just connecting to your higher self opens the doors to self-healing. That is the initial thing. If ever that's all you're meant to be doing as a light worker, then you will have healed your past. You will have healed every relationship you will build with people. So your own healing will automatically reflect on all your interactions, and you will indirectly bring healing onto others. So that is the initial thing. And if you decide along the way to develop your intuitive powers, great, your higher self will just send you. But again, when you strengthen your connection with your higher self, you feel that your intuition is automatically rising, whether you decide to use those tools in a professional way or not. I mean, who would reject this ability to use, your intuitive powers? I mean, it isn't that amazing to be able to connect, to feel people's emotions, always, in a very balanced way. So that was, again, the first benefit of developing your intuitive powers. The second one was, again, you have a unique journey, you have a unique mission. It's great to take courses and classes that are teaching you a process, that are teaching you something that is indeed working. Again, I always give the same examples, but somebody's teaching you how to do sound healing, how to use your crystal balls. Another course might teach you anything around Lemuria because you feel connected to Atlantis, Lemuria. But in the end, that is the way they're channeling this. So absorb it and then ask your higher self, how can I continue my growth? How can I expand my growth? Show me how I'm supposed to use my sound healing balls my way, and how this is meant to heal people. You cannot compare your way. You have, again, a unique mission in a unique environment where you have been, I want to use the term implanted, but it is a little bit like that. Your soul said, I'm going to take a part of my essence and send it to Nanaimo, send it to France, send it to Japan, because we need to, again, send different light workers with unique gifts to show this area, because this area with these amount of people are actually open to this kind of energy. So we have a light worker. We're almost like agents. We're agents from the divine. I love that. I'm going to keep that. We're agents from the divine. We all have a mission. What is unclear is that the mission, we need to remember it. So that's where I will help you remember your mission. But we all have a mission in a very clear location, but using our gifts in a unique way. And again, the third element was the intuitive autonomy. How would it feel? Honestly, how would it feel? Think about that for a minute. You do not need to ever have to rely on somebody's connection to the energies to have an energy update. Because you ask your higher self, you ask your star team, you get it. How would it feel to not wonder why, oh my God, I bought myself these crystal bowls. How should I use it? Am I using it the right way? I mean, personally, I bought myself crystal bowls. I even bought a course that's like 2 or 3 years ago on how to use that. I never finished the course. I think I did 10% of the course. And I realized that sometimes I use my crystal balls, and instead of using them as it is being done, I'm like tapping on them like if it was a drum, just to create a sound that is generating a vibration that feels good to me because I'm led to do it this way. Totally intuitive, totally coming through me. So suddenly my hands are becoming the vector of an energy that wants to come through me using the ball. So you see, courses are great to calm your mind down, your mind that wants to know why and when and for what purpose. But the real source, the real information, the real unlocking process comes from that connection with your higher self and your intuitive gifts. If you have questions, feel free to ask me, whether you watch this live or as a replay. You have a whole weekend to replay this. I'll be very, very happy to chat with you. Remember, if you're not in my group, my free membership on Instagram, on Facebook, the link is in the description. So join it. It's free. I have those beautiful live pretty much every week, and some extra stuff. I have podcasts coming up very soon, probably next week or the following one. And my platform is ready. So it's a mixture of conversations, of channelings, of light language activations, and of course, guidance for you students and awakening light workers. On the other hand, if you're interested to chat with me or to find out more about my programs, or I would say, as far as I know, the most complete ones, or the most complete for the light workers, as it takes you as a human with a human experience, with potential trauma and blocks from this life. It's not just here to develop your intuitive powers. Great, you're meant to be a healer, this, then that's it. Be aware. If you have blocks from this life as a child, from your family, because they did not encourage you, I mean, the list of blocks could be really big, or you have past life blocks, it will definitely slow down your awakening process. It will slow down your ability to unlock on your own your intuitive gifts. So to me, based on my own experience, not paying attention to your earth self, so your physical body, which is also expressing blocked emotions, not looking at your emotions, not looking at any kind of trauma or any kind of unresolved fears coming from your environment, would be neglecting a very, very big aspect of the light worker's experience here now. We cannot just talk to the higher self. We cannot just talk to your star being. We cannot just unlock your intuitive powers if we do not talk to the inner child within you. If we do not talk to your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind might be extremely scared to be a light worker, might be very scared to connect to the gifts that are still unknown to you. So trying to unlock your intuitive powers with that, addressing the mental, emotional, and physical blocks that are present in your reality, would be denying a very strong aspect. So when you work with me, again, there's 3 ways to do it. I definitely recommend to have me as a mentor live. You can have a group program where I'm showing up twice and sometimes 3 times a month. You have a whole curriculum which includes 30 activations that are going all through the processes I've just described. Plus I'm there live. You have the one-on-one mentoring, which is really really taking you from dormant rising to awakened light worker, ready to feel empowered with your gifts. And you have just the digital content. If you say, Natalie, I just want to do that on my own, at my own pace, I don't think I need you right now, that's okay. You have 3 ways of doing it. You can upgrade them if you realize that along the way you need a bit more support. It's open. But I'm telling you, because of my own journey, which has been decades and decades of searching and trusting and learning to believe that I'm not like this channeler. People I have admired so many channelers, even my mentor. And I realized I'm not channeling a single bit like her. I was admiring. I said, "Oh my God, you're just like a full channeling." It's like my blend is more channeling and telepathic kind of channeling. There's many ways and many types. So if you're scared, if you're scared as a human being to even say you're a channeler, we need to look at that aspect. If you think that you would love to make a living out of this, but you're scared to even believe you can make a living out of this, we need to look at this. If you have a constant physical pain, wherever it is, solar plexus, back, and you want to develop your intuitive powers, but every time you want to dedicate time, you're in cramps, we have to look at this. These are elements that you cannot deny because you're a human being. If you were meant to be a light worker and not experimenting the third dimensional reality of the body, you probably would have been just a guide for embodied, incarnated beings. There's a reason why you're in that body, to heal stuff from your karmic experience, to maybe show what healing means to others. But we need to address that. And because I have worked with so many as a hypnotherapist, because I've been channeling for quite a long time now, and I'm playing with so many different psychic tools, I can take you from where you're at right now. And I can clearly say, we need to look at this. And everything goes together. If we heal, let's say you have a pain, like just a few days ago, we worked on one of my beautiful clients and student who is going through physical pain. So we ask our higher self. We said, before we go further, because she knows she's a healer, she even knows we have channeled how she's supposed to express her gift through writing, through sharing her experience. But she's like, yeah, but my body's in pain. I mean, so we just said, okay, higher self, let's hold the unlocking of the intuitive powers. Let's slow it down. Let's work on the body. So we channel a complete process. What she has to do in the morning, what she has to do in the evening, what she has to do during the day to heal herself, to let go of the physical ailment. And the higher self, her higher self, even showed us where it was coming from, as her body was extremely sensitive to electromagnetic impulses, so sensitive that she was even connected to the earth core. Yeah, my friend is there. I'm talking about one of you here. So yeah, it's just a beautiful example, because if you are just focusing on developing your intuitive powers, or you take a course or a retreat that is just telling you, okay, let's play with let's see if you can read somebody's thoughts, telepathy, or let's just read cards. These should only be little elements. This is not a global holding vortex container for you. You could master the gift or the ability of reading cards. Like, you just read cards, you tell like really, really clearly what's supposed to come for a person, for a client. You could do that. But if you go home every time in pain, or you're fighting with your spouse, or you haven't resolved an issue from a past life, then eventually you will find like you will hit a wall, or you will wonder why you're stagnant in your ability to develop your intuitive powers. You will be like, okay, I am very good at doing this, but it seems I don't attract clients, or it seems that I cannot move further. I feel the calling of moving further, and I can't. It's not your higher self stopping you from developing more powers. It's definitely not your guides that have decided that's it. You've known and you know enough now. You're on your own. We're leaving. It's because you need to look probably at something that your earth self, your inner child, your subconscious mind, potentially something in your family history, maybe something in a past life, maybe your soul purpose is not clear, you're going everywhere except straight. We need to look at this. And again, it's not a process. I've designed the process, but the content of each module, of each step, have been channeled. And every time we do it together, I'm not telling you, oh, I think you should be doing this. We can talk about that. It's always your higher self. It's always your star team telling us, this is what she's going through right now. This is why she's not going further or any faster. This is why. And bang, bang, bang. And not only do we get the reason, not only do we get the visions, but we also get how to dismantle this. This is why it's so magical. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm inviting you anytime in my vortex to really feel strong, to really feel empowered, and never, never second guess your abilities, and to feel that, again, that ultimate moment where you feel I'm empowered. That's it. I know how to take care of myself, intuitively speaking. It doesn't mean you won't need a coach to build your business the way I have a coach to help me, market my stuff and all that. That's maybe I channel what I want to do. I channel when I want to do a live. I channel the topics, but there's some strategies that I don't even want to get there. It would take too much of my time. So that's okay to ask for support. But the best gift you can give yourself is to feel totally autonomous. But to get there, intuitively autonomous, you need to clear everything that is making you doubt that you're already receiving clear guidance. So I wish you a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, whether you're a furry mom, a human mom, whether you simply feel a mother energy. I'm wishing you a happy Mother's Day. And again, whether you're watching this live or as a replay, I'll be happy to answer your questions. If you're not in my free membership on Facebook, join. It's totally free. But if you do feel that you really are ready for really to up-level yourself and not staying in doubt and wondering why do I feel I'm not accelerating quickly enough. Don't stay in this. I've stayed there for decades because I thought I could do it on my own. Light workers are proud to. They think that, well, okay, I'm connected, so I should be able to figure that out. Now we're in a reality that just get help, get support to become autonomous. Don't start becoming and believing you're autonomous and you don't need anybody. People went through this before you, so get their help. I see Elizabeth sharing. Let me see. So I'm lying naked on my bed. Should I share that information? After my Epsom salt bath, rolling my selenite rod over my belly. So nice, so relaxing, so restful. I'm so happy that you're using what your higher self and your avatar, because we have connected to an aspect of you who exactly knew what your body was going through. That was so wonderful. I'm so happy. Continue to do this wonderful work, Elizabeth, because your higher self will and your star team will be able to flow through you so much more easily, because your earth vehicle is more at peace, is healthier. If you're in pain or in discomfort, every time your higher self will use your body to generate sensations, you won't be able to decipher it, because the pain, the discomfort, the tension in the body, or your worries will be stronger, that you will bypass any signs being sent your way. So when you feel at peace in your heart, meaning you're healing everything your actual life has put on your shoulders, you're clearing this, and then you're helping your body heal, which is as crucial as developing your intuitive powers. You're becoming a clearer vessel for intuitive channeling and receiving those high frequencies. Because there's one thing too, when you receive high frequencies from your higher self and light vibrational beings, your body needs to process that. So if your body is not healthy, if you hold a lot of anxiety, a lot of tension, a lot of fear, a lot of anger, and you don't want to resolve that, you don't know how to, please come to me. Because when you're going to a retreat, when you're going, and my activations are so powerful. So if you're tense, not connected to what we're going to do, but just what you have accumulated and haven't cleared, then you might find the integration, the transmutation, the alchemy process, the alchemizing process, you might find it heavy, not because you're not good at it, or because the activation was not good, or because external energies were way too powerful. It's because your vessel, that part of you who's receiving the upgrade, because when you're going through an activation, you are definitely going through an upgrade. Your body thinks, oh my God, I'm already dealing with IBS. I'm already dealing with anxiety. I'm already dealing with, tension or shoulder pain or chronic pain. And now you want me to go through an upgrade, and you want me on the top of that of receiving your intuitive powers. It's like, help your body clear all this. And that's what we do, because again, when we work with the higher self, we just ask, higher self, what is the priority right now? Oh, we need to work on a past life, we do it. Okay, what does it mean when we have unlocked that past life, when we got the messages, the lessons from the past life? How does it connect to your present life right now? Oh, you're unlocking those powers now because we have cleared the past life. Let's do it. Let's activate. Let's move forward. This is how it goes, but the process is so personal. Even though the steps remain the same, if you have been in my activation, if you have been in my masterclass, like last week, a lot came through, a lot came through, and the experience will be heavier. Not because, you're not doing anything right, or the energies, every time I connect, the energies are pure energies. There's nothing negative. There's no dark entities. There's no black forecasting or whatever. It's always pure divine love taking different forms. But if you find depleted after, it's simply because your body and your mind, your physical reality finds it hard to take the fifth dimensional and more energy, and like, oh my God, I received so much harm, I suppose. And then the mind is starting to race because you don't trust, because you fear, because you think it's going to disappear, because you think you're not good enough to do it. That is not the activation that was heavy. It's just you bringing this back down to a third dimensional reality. And you're like, whoa, you're processing all this. While a person who has worked with me over a certain time and is doing the work, at least doesn't question the process. It's like, okay, my body might need 48 hours to process this. I know the process, I've been gone through, and it will become lighter and lighter. You need, of course, to rest. You need to take a bath. You need to do whatever. Personally, I just had a massage. I needed a massage. Why? Because my body needed to process that. And it's a lot easier than it used to. But still, you have to acknowledge that there's so many things happening in your life other than that you need to help your body and your brain, your mind, processing all that. So Elizabeth says the slowing down and tending to my body is so important for me at this time, and I did not know it was just as important. I thought I could rise above. It's such a relief to take care of my vessel. I'm so happy. Let that be a lesson for us all. You see, you're wise. You're meant to teach. And remember what we said, Elizabeth, you're meant to teach from your own healing that came a few months ago, but I guess it wasn't clear until you are going through the process yourself. It's hard. It's hard to tell a person, yeah, develop your intuitive powers, but I'm not going to look at your body. It's not my part. Just do it on your own. You can refer people to that. That is so much better when you talk to your higher self, you talk to every aspect of who you are. So yes, you can talk to your body through your higher self. You can understand you decode your body's reaction through your higher self. You can connect to your past lives, to your higher self. So I'll let you go now. It was great. Thank you, Elizabeth, for popping in. And I was just talking about you because I was telling people, yeah, it is important to enter a vortex, a program that is also taking care of every bit, every aspect, every cell of who you are, and not just the wonderful, dreamy, uplifting state of high dimensions. It would be unreal. It would be disconnected from reality. It would be doing you a disfavor by saying, I'm just going to help you unlock your intuitive powers, but if you have pain, you're on your own. Or if you have an issue with your mom, with your dad, you have the mom-dad's wound or patterns, lights on your own. No, you will never become a clear light worker, empowered, happy light worker, abundant light worker, a leading light worker if you don't take care of that. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. I'm sending you all my love. And again, join the group if you haven't and chat with me. Send me a DM if you want me to help you to map out your next steps and find out if we're a good fit. I can tell you how I work and how we could do that together. All right? Bye-bye for now, everyone. Enjoy your weekend.